Welcome, traveler of the soul. Night has fallen deep, bringing the purest stillness to soothe away the exhaustion of a long day. Sometimes, this bustling life outside feels like an endless journey over rugged, rocky cliffs, where our minds must remain taut against the wind and dust. Yet, the vast steppe only opens its heart when we know how to release unnecessary burdens, allowing ourselves to be cradled by the boundless embrace of the earth and sky. Sleep is exactly the same. It is a peaceful harbor, a warm yurt, always waiting for your return after long days of wandering. Let the cares of the day fade like mist, for at this very moment, you are completely safe, completely free under this immense night sky. Before we embark together on the journey back to the warm hearth on the distant Almaty plateau, grant yourself a complete moment to let go. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and leave a small mark beneath this video, like a promise to walk beside us in peaceful dreams every single night. Now, let everything settle down. Begin by finding a truly comfortable position on your soft bed. Let your back be fully supported, your shoulders dropping completely, your arms resting gently along your body, or placed softly upon your abdomen. You may gently close your eyes, or, if you prefer, let your eyelids rest half closed, feeling the soft, dim space around you. There is nothing more that needs to be done at this hour. There is no other place you need to rush to. All the chaos of today has been left behind the door. Right now, this world holds only you, your breath, and the absolute stillness cradling your body. Turn your attention to your breath. Breathe in deeply through your nose, feeling the cool, fresh air slowly filling your chest, gently expanding your lungs, and lifting your abdomen. Then, breathe out very slowly, very softly, through your slightly parted lips, releasing all the tension and fatigue gathered within your muscles into the warm breath. Continue to breathe in deeply, welcoming the cool, crisp energy of peace. And then breathe out very long, allowing your body to sink deeper, deeper down into the soft mattress beneath you. Each exhalation is like a gentle wave, washing away the frantic rhythms of the old day, leaving only the steady, harmonious cadence of your physical being. Let your mind visit each area of your body to soothe it. Feel the expanse of your forehead. The lines etched by the persistent thoughts of the day are slowly unfurling, becoming flat and light. Your eyebrows are no longer knit together, and the muscles around your eyes are completely relaxed. That soothing sensation begins to flow down your cheeks, your lips softening into a faint, relaxed smile, and your jaw loosening, free from any strain. Your entire face now looks beautifully serene, like the surface of a lake without a single ripple on a windless day. The relaxation continues to pour down into your neck and shoulders. Your shoulders, which have carried so many burdens, are now sinking down, as soft as a ribbon of silk. Feel a wave of warmth flowing down both arms, through your elbows, your wrists, and weaving into each fingertip. You might feel a slight, gentle tingling in your fingertips, a sign that your blood is flowing freely and the energy of relaxation is saturating your being. You completely surrender the weight of your arms. Now, shift your awareness to your chest and abdomen. Feel the steady, natural rise and fall of your body with every breath. Your heart is beating with calm, measured strokes. It no longer has to rush to keep pace with the frantic life outside. That warm, relaxing stream of air continues to spread along your spine, soothing each vertebra from your neck down to your lower back. Your entire back is supported, and all weariness completely dissolves. That tranquility continues to flow down into your hips, thighs, knees, and calves. The feet that have walked so many paths today have now found their ideal resting place. A light, warm sensation pours down into your ankles, the soles of your feet, and each tiny toe. Your entire body, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, now feels heavy, yet simultaneously incredibly weightless, as though you are floating, drifting serenely in an immense, weightless space. You feel a wonderfully cool, pleasant atmosphere around you. It is the pure air of a faraway land, a boundless green steppe, where nature still preserves its primal innocence and silence. Each breath you draw in at this moment carries the faint scent of young grass, of damp earth after a rain, and the sweet, crisp chill of mountain night mist. You feel entirely protected, entirely at ease in this space, like a child wrapped snugly in a warm felt blanket, listening to the wind whispering outside the yurt walls. Your mind right now is empty and peaceful. Any stray thoughts that arise, simply let them come and go naturally, like white clouds drifting lazily across a blue sky without holding on, without judgment. You only need to focus on this voice, on this breath, and on the sense of peace that is expanding wider and deeper within every single cell of your body. You are preparing to step into a world of beautiful dreams, where the hearth that warms the soul is waiting for you. Continue to maintain that steady breath, slow, gentle, and feel this absolute relaxation. Your mind is now fully settled, weightless, and ready for a journey to a faraway, exotic land. Imagine your consciousness gently soaring, rising above the noisy, brightly lit streets, above the solid high-rises, to land softly upon a vast and boundless highland. This is the Almaty Plateau, a serene land nestled beneath the magnificent, snow-capped peaks of Kazakhstan. As the final rays of a long day recede behind those distant snowy summits, the entire space seems to sink into an amber-hued dream of gentle sweetness. The brilliant golden twilight of the late afternoon begins to shift into a warm orange, then slowly blends into the deep purple of the descending night. The infinite steppe at this hour is no longer a stretch of vibrant green extending to the horizon. Instead, it dons a gentle, dark cloak, whispering the wind's love song. The steppe wind blows across the lush fields of grass, creating rolling waves of green, carrying the earthy fragrance of wild plants and the crisp, sweet chill of mountain mist. At the highest point overlooking the valley, the cluster of circular Kizyua yurts belonging to Kayrat's clan appears like sturdy white mushrooms amidst the vast earth and sky. These yurts have stood there for generations, symbols of the free, unbridled, yet deeply connected life of the Kazakh nomads. The rounded shape of the key's UI structure helps them withstand the fierce winds blowing down from the mountain peaks, while creating an absolutely safe, sheltering sanctuary for the souls within. Seen from afar, the bands of white felt wrapping around the yurts seem to glow with a faint pink hue under the last remaining afternoon light, creating an intensely warm and comforting feeling in the midst of majestic nature. Down in the valley, the water of Lake Kaindy lies flat and still like a colossal mirror, reflecting the sky as it transitions into the deep purple of the evening mist. This place is famous for its ethereal sunken forest, a magnificent and mysterious natural wonder. The ancient spruce tree trunks, dead yet standing upright amidst the lake bed after an earthquake from the previous century, now point their tips straight toward the high sky, like the silver spears of ancient warriors, guarding the peaceful sleep of the Kazakh nomadic tribe. The lake water is crystal clear, motionless, without a single ripple, faithfully reflecting the very first stars lighting up against the celestial canvas. Those silver spruce trees stand still and meditative, creating a sacred atmosphere where time seems to stop and every sound of the world is swallowed by the serenity of the water. Along that ancient lakeshore, the continental chill begins to sweep in rapidly as thin mist starts to hover over the water and weave through the foliage. The climate here is very unique. During the day, the sun can shine brilliantly and warmly, but the moment darkness touches the land, the temperature drops swiftly, causing a natural desire in people to draw closer together, to seek a familiar warmth. The surrounding stillness leaves only the faintest rustle of grass and trees, the soft lapping of water against the stone shore, and an atmosphere so pure that you can feel each tiny droplet of mist caressing your skin. It is against this serene and magical backdrop that the story of love and the fierce hospitality of the nomadic children will begin. Every detail of the landscape, from the faint snowy mountains in the distance, the sturdy Kiz-Ui yurt, to the silent sunken forest of Lake Kaindy, is weaving together to create a flawless tapestry of the steppe night. Let your mind fully immerse itself in this space. Feel the absolute safety under nature's protection and prepare to listen to the first whispers of human life here. Sitting on a large rock by the lake, the young man Erjan was gently tuning the strings of his Dombra. Erjan wore a long shoppen coat made of coarse gray fabric, a cloth hat covering most of his thick black hair, and eyes that shone like night stars. He was a Berkuchi, a young and proud eagle hunter of the village. On his shoulder, his loyal golden eagle, named Karakoz, Black Eye, stood motionless, its sharp eyes softening before the peace of the sunset. Tongue, tongue, choke, choke. Erjan's fingers glided over the two wooden strings of the instrument. The sound echoed with a rhythmic, steady clopping, precisely mimicking the sound of horse hooves galloping across the green steppe. The music rose and fell, weaving through the branches of the sunken forest beneath Lake Kaindy, flying over the lush fields of grass, guiding itself toward the yurt where the girl he secretly loved resided. Your music carries a heavy heart today, Erjan. A deep, warm voice echoed. Kairat, Erjan's father, walked up. He was a middle-aged man with a face deeply etched by the lines of the steppe wind. Yet his eyes were immensely kind. He wore a thick felt shapen coat to ward off the chill rolling in from the highlands. Erjan stopped playing, gently stroking the smooth feathers of the golden eagle on his shoulder, smiling shyly. Father, I was just thinking about the upcoming migration. When winter passes and spring arrives, we must move these Kizyui homes again to find new pastures. I am only afraid. Are you afraid the fragrance from my daughter's koylek dress will blow away with the steppe wind? Kairat laughed out loud, clapping his son heartily on the shoulder. Just then, from the direction of the yurts, a slender figure stepped out. It was Aisulu, Kairat's adopted daughter, whom he had rescued from a blizzard many years ago and raised as his own. Aisulu wore a long, elegant sea green koylek dress that matched the color of Lake Kaindy's waters, with a sleeveless vest embroidered with delicate borders layered outside. Her face was as softly beautiful as the full moon, her clear eyes reflecting the star-filled sky that was beginning to manifest. Aisulu brought a leather pouch containing kumis, fermented sour mare's milk, and a small wooden bowl. She stepped gently beside the father and son, her voice as clear as a headwater stream. Father, Erjan, have some kumis to warm your hearts. Very well. The steppe shall bear witness for us. Aisulu found out, and she was both anxious and angry. She marched up before the two young men, her koylek dress fluttering lightly in the wind. Do you two view me as a betting wager? The heart of a Kazakh girl is not something to be wrestled over on horseback. However, seeing the determination in Erjan's eyes, Aisulu sighed softly. She untied her intricately embroidered handkerchief and handed it to Kairat. The old man stood as the referee, looking at the two young men with a cryptic smile. The steppe is forgiving, but also very strict. Let the strength of your hands and your courage speak. 2, 3, run. The moment Kairat's shout ended, the two horses, manes flying, galloped toward the hilltop with a thunderous clucking. The pounding of hooves shook the very ground of the steppe. Timur was an exceptional horseman. He surged forward like an arrow. Erjan followed closely behind, the two evenly matched, kicking up blinding clouds of dust. As they neared the hilltop, Timur's horse suddenly stumbled into a steppe gopher hole hidden beneath the grass. Timur lost his balance, pitched forward from his horse's back, and tumbled across the ground several times. His horse fled in a panic. Seeing this, instead of rushing forward to grab the handkerchief for victory, Erjan immediately reined in his horse. The horse neighed loudly into the sky. Erjan leapt to the ground, rushing to lift Timur up. Timur, are you all right? Timur held his dislocated arm, groaning in pain, but looking at Erjan in bewilderment. Why? Why didn't you take the handkerchief? You could have won. Erjan helped Timur sit up, setting his bone back into place while speaking in a calm, steady voice. We Kazakhs do not build victory upon another's misfortune. The steppe nurtures us with forgiveness, not selfishness. The safety of a friend, even an opponent, is far more important than an inglorious victory. Timur looked at Erjan, the arrogance in his eyes completely vanishing, replaced by a profound respect. He forced a smile through the pain. You have won, Erjan, not because you rode faster, but because your heart is wider than this steppe. Aysulu deserves a man like you. From below the hill, Kairat and Aysulu had ridden up. Witnessing Erjan's actions, Aysulu could not hide the tears of happiness rolling down her cheeks. She ran to Erjan's side, her eyes overflowing with a love that required no words to express. The bitter winter passed, making way for the warm spring to flood the Almaty highlands. Fresh grass carpeted the land in green, and wild flowers bloomed across the hillsides around Lake Kaindy. This was also the time when the nomadic tribes gathered to hold the spring festival, the grandest celebration of the year, to welcome the rebirth of nature, and a time for couples to unite in marriage. The festival grounds were incredibly vibrant and bustling. The Yurts were adorned with intricately embroidered carpets. Laughter and conversation echoed everywhere. Smoke from colossal pots of beshbarmak drifted into the air, blending with the mild fragrance of kumis mare's milk. Today was the greatest day of joy for the village, the wedding day of Erjan and Aysulu. Amidst the crowd, Erjan appeared radiant and stately in his premium festival attire. He wore a chiffon coat of deep wine-red velvet, embroidered with intricate golden borders that reflected the sunlight. Upon his head was a luxurious boric animal skin hat, trimmed with fox fur. On Erjan's hand, the golden eagle Karakos also wore a new leather band, standing majestically. Yet all eyes turned toward the bride Aysulu as she stepped out from the main yurt. Aysulu was as breathtakingly beautiful as a goddess of the steppe. She wore a multi-layered silk dress of pure white, jacketed by a camisole velvet vest, meticulously embroidered with shimmering gold thread. Most exquisite of all was the high, towering sakele headdress, reserved exclusively for a Kazakh bride. The hat was crafted from red velvet, crowned with phoenix feathers at the peak, and hung heavy with jade beads and precious silver jewelry. With her every step, the silver ornaments jingled against one another, creating clear, melodious lang-kang sounds, like celestial music. Kairat sat in the most honorable position, his face glowing with happiness. Beside him, to everyone's surprise, was Timur. Timur had completely recovered from his injury, wearing an elegant festival outfit, coming to offer his blessings to the friend who had saved him. Erjan, Aysulu, come here, my children, Kairat called emotionally. The two approached, kneeling before their beloved father, beneath the sacred shanrak wheel of the new yurt, erected specifically for the young couple. Kairat held an ancient kobiz, a bowed string instrument with a deep, haunting sound that carried a mystical, spiritual color. He gently drew a melody of peace. The resonant, deep sound drifted into the souls of everyone present, like a prayer sent to the spirits of the steppe and the ancestors to witness the love of the young pair. Following the sacred Kobe's music, Kairat placed his hands upon the heads of his two children and spoke. This Shanarak belongs to you from this day forward. Keep the fire beneath this tent always burning. Keep hospitality always overflowing. And love one another with a love as deep-rooted as the steppe grass, as vast as the Almaty sky. Erjan looked at Isulu. He gently raised the cup of kumis, sharing the traditional Kazakh nuptial cup with her. Applause and blessings erupted without end. That night, the wedding feast stretched beneath the crystal-clear, star-filled sky of the plateau. Erjan held his Dombra, his fingers once more gliding over the two wooden strings. This time, the music no longer mimicked the lonely thud of horse hooves galloping through the fog. Instead, it was the sound of joyful, rhythmic hooves traveling side by side. Isulu rested her head against Erjan's shoulder, the silver jewelry on her sakele hat jingling softly to the rhythm of the strings. Beneath the bright moonlight, reflecting down onto the magical sunken forest of Lake Kaindy. Their love had merged as one with the soul of the vast steppe, a love as free, proud, and eternal as the nomadic blood flowing through their veins. Through the love story of Erjan and Isulu, amidst the vast Kazakhstan steppe, we discover invaluable lessons about human conduct and preserving happiness. First, forgiveness and hospitality. In a harsh nomadic life, the Kazakhs view welcoming and protecting a lost stranger as a sacred duty. It was Erjan's sincere hospitality and selfless forgiveness in saving his rival Timur that proved human strength does not lie in winning or losing, but within a kind heart that knows how to love even those who once opposed them. Second, love tied to cultural roots. True happiness does not exist in isolation. It is nurtured and shielded by the beautiful traditional values of family. The image of the sacred wooden Shanarak wheel, the resonant strumming of the Dombra, and the deep tones of the Kobes are enduring symbols connecting generations, reminding us of the vital importance of home and heritage. Third, freedom and proud mettle. Nomadic souls do not seek to bind one another with petty jealousies. A man's mettle is measured by his honor and his kind conduct when facing life's bitter trials. When we know how to live generously, freely, and forgivingly, like the steppe, all storms will eventually pass, making way for a warm spring to bear fruit. As the grand day of joy for the village drew to a close, the vibrant, bustling atmosphere of the festival slowly gave way to the deep, soothing silence inherent to the Almaty highland night. The surrounding space seemed to soften, growing slower and more spacious. The brilliant full moon high above was like a colossal silver disk, casting down a magical, soft-as-silk light that blanketed the lush hillsides around Lake Kaindy in a misty, half-real, half-dreamy shroud. The kitchen smoke from the massive afternoon beshbarmak pots was now just a thin, delicate wisp, drifting lazily through the shanrak opening before dissolving into the vast void, blending with the crisp, clean chill of the evening mist. The laughter and blessings of the villagers grew softer and softer, sparser, receding into the distance like sounds from another world, leaving an absolutely peaceful and silent space for the young couple. Inside the newly pitched Yurt, the warm fire in the center had begun to settle into a deep glow, no longer burning fiercely, but remaining as gentle, crackling embers. The warm, golden orange light illuminated the treasured sakele headdress, resting neatly atop the wooden chest, where the jade beads and precious silver ornaments occasionally trembled ever so slightly, creating a few thin, faint lang-keng sounds, like a sweet whisper of newly blossomed happiness. Those silver sounds harmonized with the rustling steppe wind outside the thick felt walls, creating a melody that eased the soul in a wondrous way. Erjan and Isulu sat close to each other by the hearth, feeling the warmth radiating from the earth and from each other's bodies, a sense of absolute safety and fulfillment enveloping them. Erjan gently set his Dombra aside. The rhythmic, galloping sounds of the horse hooves traveling side by side finally quieted down, dissolving into the vast heart of the night. Every movement inside the yurt now became slow, gentle as a breath. Isulu rested her head softly upon her husband's shoulder, her eyelids half closed, feeling the relaxation spreading through her body after a long day of joy. Her thick black hair carried the faint, sweet scent of wild spring flowers, mingling with the crisp taste of kumis mare's milk lingering on her lips. The two had no need to speak another word to each other, for their love at this moment had transcended the boundaries of language, merging as one with the grand and forgiving soul of the steppe. Outside the yurt entrance, the golden eagle Karakos had also tucked its head into its wings, standing motionless on its wooden perch, falling into the peaceful sleep of a free bird of prey. Down in the distant valley, the water of Lake Kaindy lay perfectly still, like a mysterious black mirror, cradling the silhouette of the ancient sunken forest and the twinkling starry sky within its heart. The bare silver spruce tree trunks standing guard amidst the lake now blurred away into the thick fog, rolling down from the snowy mountains. The entire real world seemed to fade, interweaving day and night, the chaos of life and the stillness of eternity. Your mind, as you listen to this story, is also beginning to blur, just like the landscape of the steppe right now. The images of the sea green koylek dress, the gold embroidered shapen coat, and the sacred shanrak wheel are slowly losing color, giving way to a light, floating sensation. You feel yourself drifting lazily amidst the misty night of the highlands, every thought and care completely dissolved, leaving only absolute peace and relaxation, cradling your entire body and soul. Now, the boundless steppe has completely surrendered to a silent, deep sleep, a gentle darkness and heavy fog have blanketed the Almaty highlands, Lake Kaindy, and the sturdy Yurts. All sounds of the old day have completely died out. The music of the Dombra no longer plays, and the silver jingling upon the Saukele bridle hat has long since fallen silent. The space at this hour holds only the pure, profound quietude of the nomadic earth and sky, an infinite void of complete safety and shelter enveloping you. Inside the warm, rounded yurt, the fire in the center is now only glowing red embers, radiating a gentle, steady warmth. That warmth is like a thick, invisible felt blanket wrapping around your body, helping you feel completely at ease from the crown of your head down to the very tips of your toes. At the peak of the tent, the sacred wooden shanrak wheel still stands, a symbol of protection, catching the cool, soft light of the full moon and millions of twinkling stars in the crystal clear night sky of Kazakhstan. You are completely at peace, knowing you are sheltered beneath this serene canopy. Feel the rhythm of your breath at this moment. Your breath has become incredibly slow, gentle, and steady, breathing in harmony with the peaceful respiration of the distant Asi Plateau. Every time you inhale, you welcome the stillness and purity of the night. Every time you exhale, your body sinks deeper, drifting deeper into the absolute comfort of your soft bed. You feel your body becoming weightless, floating serenely amidst a sea of twinkling stars, free from any weight, free from any attachments to the real world. Your mind right now is perfectly flat and still, like the surface of Lake Kaindy at night. The images of the love story of Erjan and Isulu, of the fierce Konakasi hospitality, are all slowly fading, blurring away, and dissolving into the thin mist. Your consciousness begins to drift, wandering into a soft space where there is no worry, no thought, only absolute peace cradling your sleep. You are sinking down into a deep sleep, a sleep of complete freedom that restores energy to your soul. When you awaken tomorrow, you will find your body filled with fresh energy, your mind refreshed and serene, like the dawn breaking over the green steppe. If you loved this journey back to the warm hearth tonight, when you wake up tomorrow, please return to this video to give a like. Leave your thoughts in the comments and share this peaceful story with your loved ones. Your interaction is a grand encouragement for us to continue weaving beautiful dreams every single night. But that is a matter for tomorrow. For now, let yourself let go completely. Let deep sleep consume all your senses. Sleep well, traveler of the steppe. Sleep deeply. Sleep deeply. Good night.